Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the screen quality of a Fatshark type of goggles. Currently there are LCD screen, LED LCD screen, OLED screen or LED, and also LCOS screen, liquid crystal screen. The LCOS screen is used on Top Sky F7 goggles because it has a blue tint permanently on the screen, so it hasn't been used much in other type of goggles. Fatshark is already not releasing their special HD goggles based on LCOS screen. So I'm going to disregard the LCOS screen. Screen quality affects the color, contrast and brightness of the picture. The better the screen quality, the better lifelike the picture is. The color, brightness and contrast is called the dynamic range. The better the dynamic range, the better quality is the picture. Picture quality is also affected by the FPV camera because the picture is streamed from that particular camera. So if you have a very good camera that gives you a very good picture and also you have a very good screen, then you will get the best quality picture that you can possibly get. But if you have a bad FPV camera, a good quality screen can compensate for the low quality picture from that bad FPV camera. Before I go on to discuss about that, I will also need to raise the element of the video transmitter. If you have a good video transmitter, then you won't have a constant breakup, so that will affect the quality of the picture, because if you have constant breakup, your quality of your picture is not that good. So make sure that you have a good video transmitter. Now let's talk about the screen quality. In this video, I'm testing two types of screen. One is the LED LCD screen, and the other is the LCD screen. LED LCD screen is from the Aomway Commander V1. The LCD screen is from the Fatshark HD3. As for the FPV camera, I'm using the FPV camera from the Happy model Mantis 85. It is not a particularly good camera, but I'm going to use that as an example. I take the Happy model Mantis 85 outside with bright daylight, and I connected the Aomway Commander V1 and the HD3. So I recorded the live feed of the video transmission from the Happy model Mantis, and I found that the picture quality from the Aomway Commander V1 is much better than the Fatshark HD3. The color, the contrast and the brightness is much better than the HD3. So it means that the dynamic range of the LED LCD screen in Aomway Commander V1 is better than the LCD screen of the Fatshark HD3, even though it has a higher resolution. You can see that the picture in the Aomway Commander V1 live feed is clearer, sharper and brighter, whereas the picture in the Fatshark HD3 is duller, washed out and not that bright. Since this is not a particularly good camera, the lower dynamic range LCD screen cannot compensate for the bad picture quality of the camera. Because of the bad picture quality of the camera and also the low dynamic range of the Fatshark HD3, the live feed becomes very blurred and very hard to see, and it tends to blend into the background of all the trees. As you can see in the introduction of this video, I try to fly the Happy model Mantis 85 at around 4 o'clock on the 10th of June 2018, which is in Australian winter evening. I wasn't able to make it past the tree because I couldn't see the tree branch jutting out, and by the time I could see it, I already hit the tree branch. Whereas if you see the Aomway Commander V1 with the same camera, you can clearly see that the picture quality is much better and it's more lifelike, it's more defined. I also did a live testing of the video feed by flying the Happy Modern Mantis using the Aomway Commander V1 and Fatshark HD3. So I tested the both flights at around 3 o'clock on the 11th of June 2018. So it was a bright sunny day. There was quite a strong wind. So when I did the test flight, it showed me that what I saw on the testing on the ground using just the quad, using my hand to move it around, the picture quality is the same as the live feed from the actual testing of the flight. So the picture quality from the Aomway Commander V1 is definitely much better than the Fatshark HD3. It's much easier to fly using the Aomway Commander V1. So as you can see, because goggles are particularly just two tiny screens in front of you, and you need to see through that screen, you need to see the picture on that screen. So it is very important that the screen quality must be very good, because that will give you the best picture, and then you can see all the objects clearly in the picture. And on top of that, if you have a higher resolution, it will bring out the best picture quality. So I think this is the most important aspect when you are choosing the Fatshark type of goggles. The reason being that because you can see clearly, you can fly much faster and more accurately, and you have a better flying experience with a better picture quality and clarity. So in summary, this is what you need to consider when you are choosing the Fatshark type of goggles. So firstly, you need the best screen possible. So the minimum is LED LCD screen. The best screen will help you to give a very good picture quality of an analog video feed. And of course, next thing you need to consider is the clarity. So you need to have the highest resolution possible. So maybe the minimum resolution that you need to consider is 800 by 600. So the next thing that you need to consider is really the field of view of FOV. FOV is how much picture that you can see on the screen, because this will directly relate to how well you can move your transmitter sticks, which means that it will help you to fly better. So as in my previous video, I mentioned that the minimum is 30 degrees field of view. The best is between 32 to 42 degree field of view. So if the goggles come with a built-in video receiver, you need to make sure that the video receiver is the best possible video receiver, that it can receive signal without any breakup or minimal breakup. You also need to consider your preference for the ratio of the picture, whether you like 16 by 9 or 4 by 3. After that, you need to consider whether it is easy to use. All the goggles out there right now, which is the Fatshark type of goggles, they have a very similar function, except for the different combination of buttons pressing, that's all. The last thing that we really need to consider is whether it's well built physically, how good is the shell, and whether there's any critical point of failure on the goggles. For example, are the buttons any good? Are they going to fall off when you press on that? If you have a built-in receiver, is there going to be breakage at the joint of the connector? Because if any of these fail, your goggles will be irreparable and it will become a paperweight. Not only that, if you have very critical failure features on your goggles, you're going to have a problem when you're flying in the field. Two more things that I have to add on is how well the goggles fit your face. If it doesn't fit your face, then you don't buy it. And also make sure that if you wear glasses, you can compensate that with diopters. Last but not least, you need to consider your budget. That is, how much money you can afford to buy the goggles. And also, just before I forget, you must also consider whether you are in this for the long term or you're just in this as a casual pilot. If you're in this for long term, consider buying the best quality goggles that you can afford. Well, anyway, that concludes the series of video that I have made about choosing video goggles, especially the Fatshark type of goggles. So hope you guys like and enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Please remember quadcopter is not rocket science. See you next time.